very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and welcome to Pointless, the show that makes big winners out of the lowest scorers. Let's meet today's players. And couple number one.
Hi there, I'm Michael, this is my wife Rachel, and we're from South West London.
Couple number two.
Hi, I'm Hannah, and this is my little brother Adam, and we're from Stirling.
Couple number three.
Hello, my name's Dave. This is Barry. We're friends and we're colleagues from Liverpool.
And finally, couple number four.
Hi, I'm Patrick. This is Jeffrey, is my friend, and we're from Nottingham.
And these are today's contestants. Thanks very much, all of you. We'll find out more about you throughout the show as it goes along, so that just leaves one more person for me to introduce. A man so clever that this year Stephen Hawking, Brian Cox, Mensa and NATO are leading an international fact-finding mission to him. It's my pointless friend, it's Richard.
Hiya. Hi, everybody. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Are you well?
I am well, thank you.
Excellent. Our jackpot is building up quite nicely,
Yes.
isn't it?
Yes.
We gave it away a whole spate of times and now just building up gradually.
Well, do you know what? I thought we were going to give it away last time. I was convinced we were going to.
It's pretty close, wasn't it? They were quite unlucky, weren't they?
They were.
But they didn't get it.
Hey!
That's good news,
unfortunately for them, because they were lovely.
Oh, they were lovely.
They were. Hey! But spare a thought for them, because they come all this way and they didn't win it.
Yeah, because they were absolutely lovely and they were going to give the money to charity.
They were.
Delightful people. But, hey! There's only Hannah and Adam back from that show. So they'll be hoping to go one better this time. They got through to the head-to-head last time. Very, very strong pair. So best of luck against them. Very, very strong moustache work on podium 4.
Yes, I was impressed by that. Very
More
strong.
of that later, I suspect.
I hope so. Thanks very much indeed, Richard. Now, all our questions on Pointless have been asked to 100 people before the show. As ever, the aim of the game is to find a pointless answer. That's an answer that none of our 100 people gave, and each time that happens, we will add £250 to the jackpot. Now, Caroline and Eleanor didn't win the jackpot last time, so we add another £1,000 to that, so today's jackpot starts off at a whopping £7,500. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. OK, the pair with the highest score at the end of the round will be eliminated. And remember, there is to be no conferring during the round itself. Our first category today is the World Cup. The World Cup. OK, Patrick looking in pain. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many Football World Cup host cities in 1966, 86 or 2006 as they could. I'll just read that again. Football World Cup host cities in 1966, 86 or 2006. Richard.
So it's football, but a little bit of geographical knowledge might help you as well. We're looking for any town or city which hosted a game, any World Cup game, in the 1966 World Cup finals, that was in England, the 1986 World Cup finals, that was in Mexico, or the 2006 World Cup finals, and that was in Germany. So the England 1966 World Cup, the Mexico 1986, or the Germany 2006, any town or city that hosted a game.
Thanks very much indeed. Now then, Rachel and Michael, you all drew lots before the show, and today you are going to go first. Rachel, welcome.
Thank you.
First off, how do we feel about this question?
Nightmare topic.
Oh, no, really?
Football and geography combined.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
OK, well, let's forget about that for a second. What do you do, Rachel?
I work for an education charity in marketing and fundraising.
Excellent. And what do you like getting up to in your spare time?
I'm quite a foodie. I do a lot of cooking and baking, and I'm quite crafty. I do crochet and other crafts, so quite creative.
What's your signature dish, Rachel?
Well, I'm quite famous for making jam. I make
really?
jam and chutney, usually for
Excellent.
lots of my friends.
When you say famous...
It's like the 7 degrees of Rachel's jam. Probably someone in here has had my jam.
OK.
Can I just put this to a test? Anyone had any Rachel's jam?
Anyone had any Rachel's jam? There's a few yeses.
But I've had a lot of jam. There you are.
There we go.
Perfect. Yeah, exactly. OK, now then, Rachel, World Cup host cities.
Yes, I really have no idea, so I'm going to have a guess for 2006. You said it was in Germany, so I'm going to go for Hamburg.
Hamburg, says Rachel. Hamburg sounds reasonable enough. Let's see if it's right. How many people said it, if it is? Look at that, Rachel. Still going down. Still going down. 13. Well done, Rachel. 13. A good start to the game. Well done.
Very well played, Rachel. That's a nice start, isn't it? That's nice to get that out of the way. Yeah, hosted the quarter-final between Italy and Ukraine.
Now then, Hannah, welcome back. So last time, Hannah, head-to-head.
Yeah.
You covered yourselves in glory. We had a pointless answer from you. Perhaps I should explain to all the other contestants. £250 on that jackpot came from Hannah.
Yep,
So we have her to thank, whoever takes that away.
Oh, I told them all that they owe me £250 if they win.
Oh, well, you've told them that already?
Yeah,
I see.
yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
OK, fair enough. Now then, Hannah, World Cup. How do we feel about that? You and Adam both look pretty confident.
Well, I'm very glad that Richard told us where they were held, because otherwise I wouldn't have had a clue.
Right.
I was going to have a punt at a Mexican city, but I don't know if it's in Mexico or not. So,
I guarantee if it's a Mexican city, it will be in Mexico.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to play it a little bit safe and say Dusseldorf for 2006.
OK, phew. OK, phew. I was going to say that. I don't think that's in Mexico.
No.
We'll just find out. Dusseldorf, is that right? Let's see if Dusseldorf's right. Let's see how many people said it. Oh, no, Hannah. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm afraid that's an incorrect answer. Scores you 100 points.
Sorry, Hannah, it is in Germany. It's not a bad guess at all. I suspect it might not be the last 100 score we get in this round.
Thanks, Richard. Now then, Dave, welcome to the show. What do you do, Dave?
I work in a hospital. I do stocks and deliveries and orders and...
Which department are you in charge of? Which bit do you look
in
after?
catering.
Catering.
Catering. I run the...
So all the deliveries come in.
Through me.
So what's the tastiest thing you see delivered in bulk into the hospital?
Oh, chips.
Chips.
Chips, yeah.
But presumably they come in frozen, so you're never going to go...
No, chilled.
Oh, they're just chilled?
Yeah.
So you could, if you wanted, just break into them and just...
No, I think I'd like to cook them first.
You didn't say they weren't cooked. OK, now then, Dave, I'm guessing you might have some good answers for this.
I'll go for the 1986 World Cup in Mexico and say Guadalajara.
Guadalajara, says Dave, Guadalajara. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said it. It's right. Well, 13 is our lowest score so far. You passed that. Guadalajara won. Very well done indeed. Just one away from pointless there, Dave. But that's a great answer.
That's a terrific answer. Very well played. Yeah, Northern Ireland played their final match in Guadalajara against Brazil. So also had the semi-finals there that Germany won.
Thanks, Richard. And now, Patrick.
Hi.
Patrick, I'm going to be honest, there was a look of somewhere between terror and agony on your face when this round came up. Not a fan?
I know very little about the World Cup and football. I could guess at some cities.
Well, before you do that, Patrick, tell us a bit about yourself. What do you do to start with?
I'm a retired psychology teacher.
Fascinating. What did you do in your spare time? What do you do? What do you fill your retirement?
Well, I have an allotment, but my main passion is amateur dramatics.
Ah, you working on anything at the moment?
I'm trying to get the committee to go for The Importance of Being Earnest, cross-dressed.
OK. Which is the part you have your eye on?
Miss Prism.
Miss Prism. Oh, now that'd be nice. What are you going to go for? It's going to be largely geography, I'm guessing.
It's going to be
rather than
geography.
an intimate knowledge of the
And
match.
I'm going to go for a city where I know there are football teams play there. So I'll go for Munich.
Munich. Munich, says Patrick. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said Munich. It's right. 28. Very well done, Patrick. Good enough.
Yeah, the Alliance Arena in Munich, which was built for that World Cup.
Thank you very much indeed. Well, we're halfway through the round. Let's take a look at those scores. One, the best score of that pass, Dave. Very well done to you. That puts Barry in a very comfortable position at this stage. Then up to 13, where we find Rachel and Michael. Very well done. Up to 28, where we find Patrick and Jeff. And then Hannah, I'm sorry, not Dusseldorf. Why on earth not? I've no idea. But it scored you 100 points. Adam, though, I have a feeling you are the person to dig Hannah out of this hole. So good luck with that. We're going to come back down the line now. Can the second players please step up to the podium? OK, Jeff. Welcome. Great to have you here. Explain your fantastic beard and moustache. I mean, I don't know about explain so much, but...
it's here. It's basically... It's because as I'm thinning at the back, I wanted to play around with something. Can't do the ridiculous hairstyles, so go with the ridiculous facial.
It's a very good look.
Thank you.
It's a good look.
It is terrific,
Yes.
isn't it?
Good,
Yeah,
good side work as well.
It's very good.
So well done. You're to be congratulated on that, chap. There you are. You're on 28. The high score is Adam and Hannah on 100. So
Right.
71 or less keeps you from becoming the new high scorers.
Yes, not so hot on this subject.
OK. So again, it's going to be more geography
Yes.
and a bit of a stab in the dark.
Yes.
How good's
very-
your Mexican geography?
Appalling. So
Okay,
I'm going
okay.
to go, I think, for Germany 2006, and it was Cologne.
Cologne, says Jeff. Cologne. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said Cologne. There's your red line. It's right. You're through. That's a very nice low score. Look at that, 4, Jeff. Second lowest score of the round so far. 32 your total.
Well played, Jeff. The Rhine Energy Stadium in Cologne, which again was rebuilt for the World Cup. It wasn't completely built for the World Cup.
Thanks, Richard. Barry, welcome to the show. What do you do, Barry?
Well, Dave explained. I work with Dave.
Oh, right, you work there together?
In the stores. But unlike Dave, I eat raw chips.
Yeah. I mean, you would.
Not too.
What are your interests, aside from the catering?
Yeah, food, drink. I love films. Sport. I like
Sport.
Yeah. I like me football.
OK, well, listen, Dave's done so well. 1 is what he scored. Do you think you can equal or better his score?
I've got to play it exceedingly safe and say Liverpool.
Liverpool, says Barry. Well, let's see how safe that is. You want to be scoring 98 or less to remain in the game. Let's see if that's right, Liverpool. And if it is, let's see how many people said it. There's your red line. There we are. $22. Takes your total up to 23. Not that safe. Decent answer.
Yeah, well played, Barry. I'd have been disappointed if you hadn't said Liverpool.
Thank you.
Yeah, there are lots of games up at Goodison Park, the Everton ground.
Thanks very much indeed, Richard. Now, Adam, welcome back. Welcome back. Now, I'm going to be honest, Adam. I don't think you personally didn't cover yourself in glory last time.
Not a little bit.
No. This time, however, this is your time to shine. It's basically between you and Michael. There's a scenario in which you could stay with us, and it is where Michael scores 100 and you score 12 or less.
Well, I'm just trying to think of all the big football teams in these countries, and I think I'm going to go for Stuttgart.
Stuttgart. OK, Stuttgart. No red line for you. You're the high scorers. But let's see how many of our 100 people said Stuttgart. It's right. That's what it needed to be, Adam. Very well done. You've scored 4. Takes your total up to 104. For now, you are still potentially in the game.
That's very well played, Adam. Yeah, terrific answer. The Gottfried Daimler Stadium. It's got the biggest video screens in Europe.
Wow.
Wow.
Thanks, Richard. Now, Michael.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome to the show from southwest London. What do you do, Michael?
I work in sales and marketing for various sponsorship and events companies.
And what are your hobbies?
I watch a lot of sport. I also like to write. Rachel and I write and present a film quiz together, so film might be... Well,
So film be very strong.
probably shouldn't have said that, should I? We're going to look particularly stupid if we go out on a film quiz.
Where do you do your quiz?
We do it at the IMAX in central London.
That's quite highbrow, I imagine. I mean, is it more sort of art house film, or is it all-encompassing?
I try to mix it up. There's a lot of kind of film buffs there, so they want more high-end things.
Oh, you are going to be good, aren't you? So, Michael,
Yes.
World Cups, 66, 86, 2006.
I seem to remember the World Cup itself was stolen in 1966, wasn't it? Found under a bush by a dog called Pickles.
He is going to be very good, isn't he?
We'll see, shall we?
OK, yeah, we'll see.
I'm going
now
to,
then,
since
yes.
Rachel's given us such a good first answer, I think I'm going to play it relatively safe and go for an English ground. And I'm going to say Middlesbrough.
Middlesbrough, says Michael. Middlesbrough. Now, 90 or less. We'll see you into the next round. There's your red line. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Middlesbrough. It's right, and you're through. Very well done indeed, Michael. Still going down. 4 again. 17, the lowest total of the whole round. Very well done, Michael and Rachel, 17.
Well played, Michael. That's a terrific answer. Yeah, North Korea played a few of their games at Ayerson Park in Middlesbrough. Had a very good World Cup. Now, all of the pointless answers are Mexican cities. So, with apologies for my pronunciation, let's take a look at what they were. You could have had Irapuato. You could have had Monterrey.
Good luck
you
with
could have had Nezahualcóyotl. I can't believe no one said that. I would have thought that would be a better answer than Liverpool, but come on. Querétaro, San Nicolas de Logatza and Toluca, all of those are pointless answers. Low-scoring answers, there's a couple more Mexican ones. Guadalajara, of course, scored one, which is a terrific answer, but you also could have had Leon and Puebla. But you also, in Germany, you could have had Kaiserslautern and Gelsenkirchen and Nuremberg. You could have had Sunderland, that would have scored you 1 point. Games held at Roker Park. Leipzig would have scored you 1. Hanover would have scored you 2. You would have got 6 for Dortmund. Dortmund would have been a better answer than Düsseldorf, more of a footballing city. Frankfurt 7, Sheffield 11. That was a hell of a game. You would have got 20 points for Mexico City, 22 for Birmingham, and 23 for Berlin. Let's take a look at the top 3 answers. Seen one of them. Munich there on 28. Then Manchester 37, and London on 55. London actually wouldn't have been the worst answer in the world compared to 100, but that's the top answer.
Thanks very much indeed, Richard. So at the end of our first round, the pair we're sending home with their high score of 104, our only returning pair. It's Hannah and Adam. You are our low scorers going into the head-to-head last time. This time, round 1. Well, that was valiantly done, Adam, but I'm afraid this is where we have to say goodbye. Hannah, Adam, it's been great having you on the show. Thanks so much for playing. Goodbye. But for the remaining 3 pairs, it's time for round 2. So, 3 pairs remain. Obviously, at the end of this round, we will have to say goodbye to another pair. Patrick, well done. You made it. You made it through football. It was all absolutely fine. And with some credit, that was good. Barry and Dave, well done. Dave, lowest score of the round, so well done to you. And Rachel and Michael, very well done. Lowest altogether score. Well, best of luck to all 3 pairs. Our category for round 2 is medicine. Medicine. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and the question concerns medical history. Whose medical history?
The medical history of Hannah and Adam, who just went out. They don't know about it, don't tell them. No, on each pass we're going to show you 6 clues to facts about medical history, about people or places or events in medical history. You just need to give us the most obscure answer you can, please. It's going to be 12 in all to have a go at home, so very best of luck.
OK, thanks very much. So we're looking for the people and events in medical history described by these clues, and here is our first board. The physician who traced the 1854 outbreak of cholera to a water pump in Broad Street, Soho. Jonas Salk developed the first safe and effective vaccine for this disease in the 1950s. The first human heart transplant was performed in this country by Christian Barnard. René Laennec invented this medical instrument used to listen to sounds produced within the body. The naval surgeon James Lind recommended eating citrus fruits to prevent this disease. And the first test tube baby, Louise Brown, was born in this decade. I'll read those all again. The physician who traced the 1854 outbreak of cholera to a water pump in Broad Street, Soho. Jonas Salk developed the first safe and effective vaccine for this disease in the 1950s. The first human heart transplant was performed in this country by Christian Barnard. René Laennec invented this medical instrument used to listen to sounds produced within the body. The naval surgeon James Lind recommended eating citrus fruits to prevent this disease. And the first test tube baby, Louise Brown, was born in this decade. Michael.
Yes.
How do we find this medical history board?
Not good at all. Looking at the board, there's only one that I know, and probably 2 or 3 that I could hazard a guess at. So, luckily, we're going first. So I'll play it safe and say the medical instrument used to listen to sounds within the body is a stethoscope.
A stethoscope,
Yes.
says Michael. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. It's right. Well, you're on... Oh, not quite under 50. 54. 54, not bad. A lot better than 100.
It is a lot better than the 100, isn't it, on that first bit. It's a tough board, isn't it?
Thank you. Now, Barry. Barry, how are you feeling?
Terrible. But the first test tube baby was 1974, I think.
OK, so you're going to say the 1970s. Let's see if that's right. The decade of the first test tube baby. How many people said the 70s? It's right, Barry. You passed 54. 21. Very respectable indeed. Decent score.
Yeah, slightly later in the 70s, but it was the 70s, and since then there's been over 5 million babies born worldwide by similar methods.
Thanks, Richard. Now, Patrick, are you on safer ground here, do you think?
Well, there's at least two that I do know.
Do you want to talk us through the ones you know and maybe do a bit of thinking out loud for the ones you don't?
Well, the first human heart transplant was in South Africa, and the naval surgeon recommended that for rickets. Jonas Salk, looking at the date, it might have been TB, tuberculosis, but I wouldn't like to guess that, and the first one I've no idea. So I will go with rickets.
You're going to say rickets, James Lind. Let's see if that's right, rickets, and if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said it. Ooh, Patrick. I'm afraid rickets is an incorrect answer, which scores you the maximum of 100 points.
Patrick, I'm sure you know this one. Just getting your vitamins mixed up there. Obviously, rickets would be vitamin D deficiency. This is vitamin C, it's scurvy. It would have scored you 48 points. Now, let's go with the first human heart transplant. You're absolutely right. It was in South Africa. Would have been a good scorer for you as well. It would have scored you 28 points. Would have been a very good thing to go for. Jonas Salk developed the polio vaccine. Would have scored 31. And the physician in Soho, do you know that one? It's the name of a pub now, very near the outbreak. John Snow.
Oh, so what? It's Broadwick Street.
Would have scored you 2 points.
Now is how funny. John Snow. Thank you. We're halfway through the round. Let's take a look at those scores. Well, 21, Barry, very well done. That puts you and Dave in a strong position at this stage. Then up to 54, where we find Michael and Rachel. Then Patrick, bad luck. Yes, 100 points for you there. Jeff, who knows what the next board's going to be like, but you'll have first dive into it. So perhaps if you find a nice low score, you may do something that keeps you in the game. Best of luck with that. We're going to come back down the line now. Can the second players please step up to the podium? OK, let's put 6 more clues up on the board, and here they come. We've got the Greek physician Hippocrates believed there were this many bodily humours. In 1901, Karl Landsteiner categorised this substance in the ABO group system, discovered the physiological effects of laughing gas. Edward Jenner developed the vaccine for this disease in 1796. She wrote the 1859 book Notes on Nursing, and the name of the antibiotic discovered by bacteriologist Alexander Fleming in 1928. I'll read all of those again. The Greek physician Hippocrates believed there were this many bodily humours. In 1901, Karl Landsteiner categorised this substance in the ABO group system. Discovered the physiological effects of laughing gas. Edward Jenner developed the vaccine for this disease in 1796. She wrote the 1859 book Notes on Nursing, and the name of the antibiotic discovered by bacteriologist Alexander Fleming in 1928. There you go, Jeff. Good luck with those.
Thank you.
Now, remember, you're going to try and find the one you think the fewest of our 100 people could answer.
Yeah. On that basis, I think I'm going to have to go for 4 humours.
4 humours, says Jeff.
Yes.
No red line for you, as you're the high scorers, but let's see if that's right. 4 humours. It's right. $15, well done. That, Jeff, might be the move that keeps you in the game. Very well done, 115 your total.
That's a great answer, Jeff. Well played. Do you know any of the humours?
I do.
Not supplementary questions. No,
don't?
not offhand. Give me enough time, I will.
Blood, phlegm, black bile and yellow bile.
Yeah, or choler and melancholy, which are other names for black bile and yellow bile. Absolutely. It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
That was
Nice.
right up to the sort of early 19th century. That was those are still considered to be very important in medical science, balancing those 4 humours.
Ah, well, there we go. Hey-ho. Thanks, Richard. Now then, Dave. There you are on 21. Barry did pretty well in the first pass there. 115 is our high score. So if you can score 93 or less, you're through.
Okay, I'm going to go for what I think is the most obvious answer on the board, if there is one. And in 1901, Karl Landsteiner categorised blood in the ABO group system.
Blood. says Dave Blood. There's your red line. Get below that with Blood, you're in the head-to-head. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many people said it. It's right. Very well done. 25. 46 your total, Dave. Very well done. You're through.
Yeah, good answer. Safe and Sound received a Nobel Prize for his work as well.
Thanks, Richard. Now, Rachel.
Hello.
Rachel, you have to score 60 or less. Simple as that. Talk us through the board.
I don't think I can. I don't know about laughing gas at all. Don't know who discovered the effects. Edward Jenner, I don't know, maybe polio or something like that, but I don't know. I don't know about nursing. I'm going to have a bash at the antibiotic discovered by Alexander Fleming and say penicillin.
Penicillin you're going to go for, and you have to score 60 or less. So let's see if penicillin's right, and if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said penicillin. It's right. 82. 82 for penicillin takes your total up to 136.
Yeah, a big score. Sorry, Rachel. And you definitely know who wrote the 1859 book Notes on Nursing. I guarantee you. It's the most famous nurse in our history. It's Florence Nightingale. Would have scored you 43 points as well. Would have seen you safely through. Edward Jenner developed the vaccine for
smallpox. Smallpox.
Yep. Would have scored 25. I like the fact that if you're a scientist, they say you discover the physiological effects of laughing gas rather than the first person to get high on laughing gas, who was Sir Humphrey Davy. Would have scored you 3 points. Very well done if you said that at home.
Thanks very much indeed, Richard. So at the end of our second round, the pair we're sending home with their high score of 136, I'm afraid, Rachel and Michael. Nothing wrong with your answers, just, yeah, penicillin. Big high scorer there.
I should never have picked it because I'm allergic to it.
Well, doubly so now.
Yeah.
And you'd have got Florence Nightingale if you'd had to answer that one.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, listen, you'll be back next time, and I'm sure you'll do even better. But meantime, thanks very much for playing, Rachel and Michael. But for the remaining two pairs, it's now time for our head-to-head. Congratulations, Barry and Dave, Patrick and Jeff. You're one step closer to the final and a chance to play for our jackpot, which currently stands at £7,500. Now, we have to decide who's going to play for that money, and to do that, you are now going to go head-to-head. The big difference is you're now allowed to confer before you give your answers, and the first pair to win 2 questions will be playing for that jackpot. Well, very well played, Barry and Dave. Very good. Nice low scoring there. That last round, bit of a gift. Medical stuff. You're working in a hospital and all.
We don't get to see any of that.
Yeah.
We just see raw chips.
Is it? That's all you see. And Patrick and Jeff, very well done. You've come through. Yes, made it through that first round. Second round, not bad at all. Best of luck to both pairs. Let's play the head-to-head. OK, here comes your first question, and it concerns wildlife TV presenters. Wildlife TV presenters, Richard.
I'm going to show you 5 pictures now of famous wildlife TV presenters. You just have to identify the most obscure.
OK, let's reveal our 5 wildlife TV presenters, and here they come. A. B. C. D. And E. There we are. 5 wildlife TV presenters. Now then, Barry and Dave, you played best throughout the show so far, so you will go first. OK. What are you going to go for?
A. Michaela Strachan.
A. Michaela Strachan. Michaela Strachan, say Barry and Dave. Now then, Patrick and Jeff, do you want to talk us through the rest of the board?
Well, B's Bill Oddie. D's David Attenborough.
C, I have no idea. E, I know him, but I can't remember his name for the life of me, which is really annoying.
So we're going to have to go for David Attenborough?
Well, yeah, or Bill.
No, everyone knows Bill.
Everyone knows David. David or Bill.
I think. He looks a bit smart and perhaps a bit...
Doesn't look like himself.
No.
Go on. OK.
That is actually a safari dinner jacket. It's got short sleeves and lots of pockets.
Yep.
So, D, David Attenborough.
D, David Attenborough. OK, so we have Michaela Strachan versus David Attenborough. Barry and Dave said Michaela Strachan for A. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. It's right. 51. 51 for Michaela Strachan. Now, Patrick and Jeff, you have said that D is David Attenborough. You're hoping that some people may not recognise it as David Attenborough. Let's see if they did. Is right. Ooh. About 57, there we are. Closer than I was expecting. But good strategy, I would say. Well done, Barry and Dave. After one question, you're up 1-0.
Yeah, I think your instinct was right, though. It doesn't look exactly like Sir David Attenborough, does it, if you know what I mean? Which is why it's not way up there, because obviously everyone knows what he actually looks like. But that's not the most representative picture of him you've ever seen, whereas Bill Oddie just looks like Bill Oddie there. And that's reflected in his score, which is very, very high. It scored you 89 points. C is a pointless answer. Did the Chimpanzee Diary, all sorts of things. Charlotte Lundbrook. Very well done if you said that. And E is such a familiar face, does Spring Watch, Big Cat Diary, all sorts of things.
Simon King.
Simon King is absolutely right and would have won you the point as well. But he scored you 6 points.
Never mind, never mind.
Thanks very much indeed. Bad luck there, Jeff. Here comes your second question. Patrick and Jeff, you have to win this one to stay in the game, so good luck. It concerns the Chronicles of Narnia. Chronicles of Narnia, Richard.
Yeah, we're going to give you 5 names now of the Chronicles of Narnia novels, but we're just going to show you the number of letters in each word in the title. Can you work out which of the novels we're referring to here?
Thanks very much indeed. OK, let's reveal our 5 Chronicles of Narnia novels, and here they are. 67, 346, 35333, 362347, and 3435338. I'll read those all one last time. 67, 346, 35333, 362347, and 3435338. Patrick and Jeff will go first.
I don't know any of them, apart from the bottom one.
No, I don't know. Shall we go? It's Dawn Treader.
Yes, yeah.
OK. I think we're going to go first. 346.
I'm going.
Yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
Huh?
Go on then.
It's The Dawn Treader. 3, 4 and 6.
3, 4, 6. The Dawn Treader. OK, The Dawn Treader. Now then, Barry and Dave, talk us through the board, if you can.
The bottom one will be The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. I can't really remember the name of the one above that, and I don't know the middle one. But we're going to go for 6 and 7, Prince Caspian.
Prince Caspian, say Barry and Dave, Prince Caspian. So, Patrick and Jeff have said The Dawn Treader. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. No, I'm afraid that's an incorrect answer, which means, Barry and Dave, you merely have to be correct with Prince Caspian, and you will win the point and go straight through to the final. Let's see if that's right, Prince Caspian. It is right. Very well done indeed, Barry and Dave. It's a good answer as well. Look at that, 24. Good score. Which means, Barry and Dave, after only 2 questions, you are straight through to the final 2-0. Very well done.
That's really unlucky, Patrick and Jeff. It doesn't fit the second clue, The Dawn Treader, but it does fit the fourth clue,
yes,
which is The Voyage of the Dawn Treader. Yeah. So sorry, and it would have won you the points. It would have scored you 17. The bottom one is The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. Would have scored 57. Now, the second one is The Last Battle. Would have scored you 8. And the one below is The Horse and His Boy, and that would have scored you 9 points. So The Last Battle is the best answer up there.
Thanks very much indeed, Richard. So the pair leaving us at the end of the head-to-head round, I'm afraid Patrick and Jeff. Oh, I think had you had a little bit longer, you'd have got Simon King.
Yes.
Oh, and it all might be very different.
Oh, yes.
However, I'm afraid when the pressure's on and that spotlight's shining down on you, it's impossible to find those sorts of answers. I'm so sorry, but it means, it's good news for us, really, because it means we get to see you again next time. Otherwise, it would have been goodbye had you been a finalist. So, yeah, there's the silver lining to the cloud. Patrick and Jeff, you played very well indeed. We'll see you again next time. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
But for Barry and Dave, it's now time for our pointless final. Congratulations, Barry and Dave. You've fought off all the competition and you've won our coveted Pointless trophy. You now have a chance to win our Pointless jackpot, and at the end of today's show, the jackpot stands at £7,500. Well, an astonishing performance. Your very first answer on the show today was Guadalajara. Dave scored you a lovely low score of 1. And you finished it off with a 2-0 victory in the head-to-head, so that's pretty decisive, I'd say. What would you like to see come up in this last round?
We're both quite good on film and movies.
Film.
Yeah.
OK, it's been a fantastic team. And actually, I'm delighted to say we've got a decent jackpot for you to play for.
And a great shirt as well, to be fair.
And a cracking shirt, yeah, didn't it?
So it's a good combination of size of jackpot and quality of shirt, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which is how we judge most of our Pointless shows.
Definitely.
£7,500 and that? Yes, please. Can I say something? That's got BAFTA written all over it. This is the one we're sending out to the committee, just so you know. So no swearing.
Now, as always, you need to choose a category. Your choices are these 4. Roaring Twenties, legendary movie Bad Boys, Moons of the Solar System, Chick Lit.
Legendary movie Bad Boys.
Legendary movie Bad Boys.
OK. Legendary movie Bad Boys, Rich.
OK, best of luck, guys. Hope this goes well for you. We're looking for any feature film made for cinema release for which any of the following received an acting credit. Any Oliver Reed films, any Richard Harris films, or any films in which Richard Burton stars with Elizabeth Taylor. So any films made for cinema release, so no short films, TV films, documentaries, for which Oliver Reed, Richard Harris, or Richard Burton and Elizabeth Taylor combined received an acting credit according to IMDb. Very, very best of luck.
Thanks very much indeed. Now, as always, you've got up to a minute to come up with 3 answers, and all you need to win that jackpot is for just one of those answers to be pointless. Now, remember, the answers you provide can come from any of these categories, and how you spread them across the categories is entirely down to you. Are you ready?
Yeah.
OK, let's put 60 seconds on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now. Speak up.
Oliver Reed done a film called Venom.
Right.
It was rubbish.
OK.
Richard Harris's last film was actually set. He's actually set in Liverpool called My Kingdom.
OK.
Like based on a king, Lear.
I'll go for another one of them too, because I don't know Richard Burton and Elizabeth Taylor.
Richard Harris, Unforgiven.
Yeah.
The Clint Eastwood one.
OK. Doom for Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
OK.
Yeah.
You happy with those?
Yeah. You know.
OK, we're going to stop the clock. What answers are you going to give?
Oliver Reed done a film called Venom.
Venom.
Which was rubbish. No, don't anyone watch it.
Richard Harris.
Richard Harris, Unforgiven.
Unforgiven, Richard Harris.
And Richard Harris, a film called My Kingdom.
My Kingdom, which was filmed in Liverpool.
Liverpool, yeah.
Right. OK, now, of those 3, which do you think is your best shot at a pointless answer?
I'll go My Kingdom.
My Kingdom we'll put last. Least likely to be pointless?
Unforgiven.
Unforgiven we'll put first. OK, let's pop those up on the board in that order, and here they are. We've got Unforgiven, Venom, and My Kingdom. Very best of luck. 3 fantastic-sounding answers up there on the board. Let's hope at least one of those is pointless and wins that jackpot for you. Your first answer was Unforgiven. You thought this was probably the least likely to be pointless. But it's not out of the bounds a possibility that one of those answers might be pointless and might win you £7,500. Barry, what would you do with your split of that?
I'm going to take you 2 for a drink.
That's
good.
It's the best answer yet.
Genuinely.
Oh, I love that. I'll tell you what, though, you've obviously never gone drink of a Xander. You'll need more than that.
Dave, what would you spend it on?
I'd treat myself and my wife to a lovely holiday.
Excellent. OK, well, very, very best of luck. Let's hope at least one of those answers is pointless and we'll win you that money. Your first answer, in this case, we were looking for Richard Harris films, was Unforgiven. Let's find out if it's correct, and if it's pointless, you will win that jackpot. So for £7,500, let's see how many people said Unforgiven. But it's right. If this goes all the way down to 0, you leave here immediately with £7,500. Down it goes into single figures, still going down, down at 3. 3 for Unforgiven. A great answer, lovely low score, but not a pointless answer. So only 2 more shots at today's jackpot. Your second answer was Venom. This was a film, you said, starring Oliver Reed. You also said it was a terrible film, so we should all avoid it, never see it. This has to be pointless, obviously, for you to win that jackpot. So for £7,500, let's see how many people said Venom. It's right. Your first answer, Unforgiven, took us all the way down to 3. Your second answer, Venom, now taking us down through the teens, into single figures. Down it goes, still going up, past 3, still going, you've done it! You've done it! Very, very well done indeed. That is fantastic. Barry, very well done. Many congratulations, Barry and Dave. Venom was a pointless answer, which means you leave here with that jackpot of £7,500. Very well done.
How about that? How about that? All the way from Guadalajara to Venom. You barely put a foot wrong throughout. Very well done, guys. This brilliant, brilliant performance. Just for your information, My Kingdom, your other answer, also pointless. That's not bad going, is it?
Not bad at all.
And also, for the first time ever, we get a drink out of it.
Yeah.
Now, let's take a look at some pointless answers. I mean, for Oliver Reed, he's done so many films. There's a few of his pointless ones there, but essentially anything apart from Gladiator, Women in Love, The Three Musketeers, Oliver, Castaway, Tommy, Hannibal Brooks and The Devils. Everything else is a pointless answer. So if you said another Oliver Reed film, you just would have won the jackpot. Let's take a look at Richard Harris. Cry, The Beloved Country, Mutiny on the Bounty, Patriot Games, The Field. Again, very few correct answers from him. His Harry Potter films were correct answers. Again, Gladiator, Camelot would have scored you points. The Wild Geese, A Man Called Horse would have scored points. Guns of Navarone, Cromwell and This Sporting Life. Everything else was a pointless answer. And for Burton and Taylor, Dr. Faustus. The Comedians, The Sandpiper, pointless answer. Under Milkwood was pointless. 2 other pointless answers there. Boom and Hammersmith is out. So those are all your pointless answers. Very, very well done, guys. Great jackpot, great shirt, great combination. Feels like it's raining BAFTAs, doesn't it?
Hey, doesn't it?
Yeah, doesn't it, though?
Thanks very much indeed, Richard. And thanks once again to our winning players, Barry and Dave, who go away with today's jackpot of £7,500.
Thank you.
Join us next time when we'll be putting more obscure knowledge to the test on Pointless. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.